G'day, welcome to Larrikin Photography. So we're just here at Kitamura Camera. We're having a bit of a look at what they've got. So they've got a lot of the cameras all behind glass now. Here you've got your Fuji camera. This thing is pretty expensive. It's going to run you a bit over $7 Australian. Anyway, let's have a look at what else we can find. Now see, these are your little cameras. These are your mirrorless cameras. So we've got into mirrorless now. So this one here is 180,000. So about, what's that? $1,800. This one here, what's he? He's an R8. It's a bit over $2,000. Then we move up to our R5 Mark II. Now these would be a pretty good camera, but that's sort of a bit tiny now. So it's about, what's that? My maths is going bad on me. So it's about nearly $6,000. With a kit with a lens on it, it's up to a bit over $7,000. But you wouldn't buy these lenses. I'm pretty sure the lens wouldn't be a 2.8 or anything. Then you've got the R5, so that's the Mark II. This is the R5. It's about $4,500. Then we've got the 6 Mark II. The R6 Mark II. It's going to run you about $3,000. Okay, and then we've got our Sonys here. Oh, see, now if we look at the lenses, see, now here this isn't bad if you're into wildlife. So you've got a 200 to 800. It's going to be $2,500, a bit over $2,500. That's not too bad. That'd be good for your wildlife. You know, if you're into birds and that sort of stuff. This would be a good lens here. Yeah, 70 to 200, 2.8. That's about $3,500. Now see, that's a 2.8. Now if you look next door, we've got an f4. Same thing, 70 to 200. It's a bit over $2,000. So big difference. Now this would be a good lens here. Your 24 to 70 for 2.8. That's $3,000. And a bit wide angle. But it's f4, so it doesn't open up so big, you know. The aperture's pretty small. Now your Tamron lenses, they've really improved over time. They've got a lot better. These new Tamrons are pretty good. So here you've got a 150 to 500, which wouldn't be too bad for wildlife. $1,300. So that wouldn't be too bad. Then you've got your Sonys here. Never really been into the Sony cameras, but there's a Sony lens, 150 to 600, good for sports or wildlife. $1,500. It's pretty cheap. So here we've still got our Sonys. Here we've got a big one up here, 200 to 600, $2,700. Now this is my sort of stuff here. We're into the Nikons. So that's what I shoot. I shoot Nikons. So we've got our little digitals down here. Now here we've got a Z8. It's about $5,500. Now this one would be a beauty. Your Z9. She's like a professional sort of thing. It's $7,000. So a fair bit of change. And yeah, now here, see, these are your single reflex. They're your DSLRs. See, this is what I've got. I got the 800. This is an 850. It's going to cost you $3,000. And then you got the 780. It's a bit over $2,500. So these ones are mirror cameras. These are your mirrors. And there's a 750. That's a bit over thing. So you've got your different, now lenses. See here we've got 180 to 600, $2,500. So good for sports and your wildlife. that sort of thing. Yeah. And what's this one? This is your 70 to 200. These are unreal lenses. These are really good. And that's a bit over 3 grand. So yeah, these are, they've gone all digital now. Mirrorless, not digital. They're all digital. So you got with different stuff here. Here we've got a Nikon lens here. A 28 to 75, 2.8. So that's a grand, which would be good. Now these are for the mirrorless cameras. These are mirrorless camera lenses here. Then we've got a 50mm, so your prime lens. It's big aperture, it's not that good. Now this is a little zoom. 16 to 50. Huh, 200 bucks. So your Tamrons, we've got some Tamrons here. And here's a nice Nikon, nice Canon. Now this would be a good camera, and it's 700 bucks, $770. So she's a pro style camera, you know. Here's a D6 for 400 bucks. Now let's get into the Nikons. So here, this is what I've got. I've got the 800, same as this one, 500 bucks. See, so it's not worth selling, but damn good camera, you know, good to start with. If you wanted to get into it, 500 bucks to start with, and you got yourself a good camera. Let's say to 600 for $380. Then you haven't got a real lot of lenses. There's a 50mm, 1.4, so really good, 300 bucks. Next door we've got the little 28 to 70, 3.5. Yeah, that's not a bad little lens. 4,340 bucks. Good little lens. We've got a Tamron here. Let's see. Macro. So she's a macro lens. 400 bucks. So, you know, buying secondhand is a good way to start off with. You can get some good deals if you get secondhand. So anyway, that's a bit of a look at cameras. So I don't know. So, you know, you can choose which brand, but I would come to a camera shop, handle some cameras and see what you reckon. Yeah, that'd be a pretty good lens at 28 to 75 for a grand. This Tamron's probably not bad either. 35 to 150. It's a 2.8, so it's a pretty good lens. Yeah, $1,500. Yeah. So anyway, that's a bit of a look at the cameras. So, you know, plus you got different ones like these Pentax. You got Pentax here for 2 grand. So, and these are your Canon mirror cameras. So like a D5. Now these are very similar to the Nikon D800s and D850. Very similar camera. This is a Mark IV, 3.5 grand. Yeah. So anyway, that's a bit of a look at the cameras. So we're going to have a bit of a look at tripods. Now, with tripods, now so you spend a lot of money on camera and lens. You want to get a good solid tripod. Don't buy cheap, flimsy little tripods. Now see, look at this critter. He's not bad, 130 bucks, but good solid tripod. Look at the size of the legs on it, very solid. So it's going to hold the weight, it's not going to fall over. You know, don't buy flimsy little tripods to put your heavy camera on. They just don't work. You know, now these ones are all carbon fiber. See, 500 bucks for this one. She's carbon fibre, very light but be very strong and good tripod. So you want to put your thing. Now also these boxes are good to keep your camera in. See, $40 for this box here, and you put, this is what I sort of have at home to keep my camera and flashes and all that, because like Japan's very humid, so you get a lot of humidity. You do not want your camera sitting out in that sort of thing. So I keep them in these with the little packets that soak up the moisture. So these boxes are great. I'll show you mine at home. Anyway, that's it for today. Just a little bit of a look here and here. And also you've got camera bags. My camera bag's sort of similar to this sort of thing. But yeah, anyway, that's a bit of a look at Kitamura camera, what you can get. Okay, to next episode, I hope you enjoyed this one. Have a good one.